Hello and welcome. You are joining in the conversation with Women, Wealth and Wisdom. My name is Sheila and I am a certified financial planner and behavioural money coach. We are coming to you live from Thrive Spot in Blacktown, which is an amazing co-working and shared office space. And joining me today is...
Hi everyone, I'm Lana from Smartline Personal Mortgage Advisors and I'm the finance broker of the group.
Hi everyone, my name is May Reyes of Reyes Group Australia. I'm the accountant.
And Mary Chung from Cora Property, I'm the licensed real estate agent.
All right, so the last question, ladies, and this is coming from the fact that we are all in finance and we all deal with money with our different angles, is how do you deal with the financial pressure of this time of year?
It's so easy to just flash the credit card, isn't it? Deal with it next year. I'll deal with it next year. But yesterday I actually had a look at some of the numbers. And there's, on a $6,000 credit card, if your rate is 18%, if you only pay the minimum amount that it says on your statement, it'll actually take you 32 years to pay that back.
Wow, that's not living a mortgage.
And you'll actually pay back $21,000.
$21,000.
That's $6,000 debt.
Plus
Wow.
$6,000 worth of,
People
let's
don't get
call them
that.
Christmas presents or Christmas experience.
So it's not $6,000, you paid $21,000.
For this year's for this year's Christmas, and then you do it again next year, and you do it again next year.
Accumulates, yeah.
And coming back to that finance aspect, on average, if you have a $6,000 credit card debt, your borrowing capacity can drop by $30,000.
Wow, that much.
So if you're thinking, next year is my year, next year I'm buying my own place, if you maxed out your credit card on Christmas gifts, you can't close it out before you do your mortgage. So if we get back to the idea of gift giving, and if you want to remind us what we're doing in terms of thinking about that gift and what that's meant to mean.
Oh, yes. So this is what I've kind of was brainstorming, how to actually be more mindful around how I give gifts this year. And because I definitely want to support small businesses. So first of all, small business will always get a treat from me and I'll buy presents from them. But I thought about the word gift, and I thought, well, I really want to give a gift that acknowledges the gratitude that I feel for someone. So that's the G. The I is around inspiration. Like, how do I inspire the person I'm giving a gift to? F is, can I give them something that will fulfill them, or something that will help them on whatever journey that they're on? And is it thoughtful? You know, so that's a GIFT. You know, can you give a gift like that?
Yeah.
And when you start playing, when I started playing around with that whole concept of, you know, what do I know about Mary, as an example? I know that she's an amazingly hardworking mother, that she has this amazing relationship with her own mother, that she, you know, all the things I know about Mary, how do I apply that to that gift principle and get her something that doesn't even matter what the cost is going to be anymore, because I know I'll tick all those boxes and she'll love it.
Yeah. It's really gifting from the heart.
Yes,
isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means if you just spend that extra little bit of time in terms of who am I gifting to, you could quite easily not need to take out your credit card for each of those purchases, because it hasn't. I know we live in a very materialistic world, but it just takes a different thought pattern to change that for yourself. That gift's going to mean a whole lot more to the person that you're giving it to, and also you're saving yourself a lot of money.
That's true. Because I think if you're rushed, then you're going to spend money.
Absolutely. You just grab the first thing regardless of cost.
Or thought.
Or thought.
And probably, like, you know, express your creativity.
Oh, yes, I love that.
Yes, like, you know, I think I remember, like, I made this, like, photo album, and then, you know, I give it to a friend, and then a friend said, like, oh, there's nothing, you know, to put, you know. So, did you make this? Like, yeah, I did it. So, it's much more appreciative. Be creative. And for me as well, like, I think with this Christmas, I think for me is I would like people to have, like, a side hustle so that they could increase their cash flow and at the same time minimize their costs. So, you know, the gap between those two, that's enough money for your emergency fund. So when, you know, we never knew how long this, you know, pandemic could last. So at least you always have a backup, a buffer, like, for whatever happens. So I think it's like, we're not really going because usually, like, you know, we do travels, splurge a lot of money. So this is the way for us to minimize the cost as well. Because of
I think generally speaking, we have just gone and spent. I tend to budget at the beginning of the year.
Amazing.
That's a great answer.
I love my spreadsheets. So I tend to have a budget for each person that we're buying presents for. And then I tend to put the money aside. Like then I'll go and say, okay, if I've got to put this much aside for this person, how much is that? And then how much do I need to put aside every month, in order to do that, right?
Amazing.
So-
You're like a golden unicorn.
Yeah. So I tend to do that so that when it comes to Christmas, yes, I can just get the card out and just go bang, 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 bang. But then I'll also go and say to my husband, this is our budget, so try and stick to it. Sometimes we go over, sometimes we don't. So that's kind of how I've always done Christmas planning. So I don't like waiting till Christmas and then going, what am I going to do? I tend to just try and do that at the beginning of the year. And I guess that's kind of how I've budgeted other parts of my life, so it comes naturally to do it for Christmas as well. I think this year I like to try and incorporate the concept of gift, of something that's a little bit more from the heart and thoughtful as well. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that, but I think it would be great for, the boys and I to kind of explore what that would look like as well. And we were talking about traditions before, and I would love to try and get us to think about something that doesn't cost us money, but necessarily doesn't cost us money, but gives something that we know that the other person will appreciate. So, for example, I know that one of my mother-in-laws, she likes to have her windows cleaned. So if I can encourage my boys to practice at my house first.
I love it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
The way you do it, Mary. Yeah.
We have lots of windows.
Welcome to practice at my house.
Practice at my house. Practice at all your house. But, and then I can say to them, okay, well, let's go and give, Granny Annie the gift of cleaning her windows around her house, because we know she'll love it. It's something that she wants as well, and something that she'll appreciate. And apart from Mummy having to buy those squidgy things and the Windex or something, it's not going to cost them anything. It's going to cost them half an hour of their day.
Time, energy, and skill.
Yeah.
Which is valuable as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aside from money, isn't it?
So I'm not quite sure if I will. It's the thought's there, the idea's there. I just got to see if I can get the boys to execute it.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the age with my boys, 12 or 14, where they're very much into the give. What am I going to get?
What am I getting?
Yeah.
And I want them to start thinking about what can I give. And when I say, what can you give? What are you going to get Mummy? Or what are you going to get Nana? Or what are you going to get whoever? They go, we don't have money. I'm not working. I don't know what I can do. And I'm like, well, there's got to be stuff that you can do.
Perfect
There's got to be stuff,
opportunity.
So this year I feel like it's a great time and opportunity to go.
What a challenge.
One thing
Yeah.
for each of the grandparents. We've got 3 grandparents.
Yeah.
Lots of grandparents. So each of the grandparents, what can we do?
Love.
So that's what I would
love
like
that.
to
That's
see.
awesome.
Fingers crossed. update later.
Yeah.
Next year.
Because you think to yourself, like, there must have been a time in the whole history of humanity before money when we still had to express our love.
Yeah.
And
And you make gifts
appreciation.
at home.
And
things
how
like
was that done
didn't you?
before money?
Yeah.
Time, money, and
Yeah.
skill. You nailed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, time, energy,
is,
skill.
the most
Sorry, energy.
expensive. Like,
Yeah.
you cannot get it back.
That's true. It's the only
Yeah.
resource. It's the only thing you can't get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like 24 hours is gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
You can't refund it.
Yeah. Refund time. That's
That's
true.
correct.
That's
right.
so true.
Yeah.
Well, that was it for the formal questions, ladies.
Poor David's not going to spend the next 4 weeks editing.